Hi, welcome to this video today, which is our weekly Forex forecast. It's Saturday, 25th of January. Just going to pick out some trade setups which we think could offer really good risk-reward trading opportunities for the week ahead. And there are a lot of charts to look at this week. See, plenty of great setups. Now, in terms of the charts, we'll just go and take a look at them in a moment. But just before we do so, January trading so far. I found the first week of January pretty boring, didn't really get anywhere at all. But since then, volatility's picked up. There's been some really nice moves and we've grabbed some nice profits. And I think the week ahead, it just looks really exciting from a trading perspective. We've got two big events coming up. We've got the Fed on Wednesday. Also on Thursday, we've got the Bank of England. So two high impact central bank meetings. We've also got the Chinese virus. Now, the Chinese virus has caused nervousness in the stock market. You saw the stock market fall on Friday. If it cracks a key level of support and selling accelerates, volatility in the Forex markets will really increase. I think it's going to be a volatile week anyway, but that virus seems to be getting worse. And just think back to what happened in the markets the last time we had a big virus impact, which was the SARS virus. There was a huge amount of volatility. The same could happen again. Right, let's go and take a look at the charts right now. But just before we do so, please do keep in mind, it's my view as of this moment in time. It can, of course, change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, including our exact entries, stops and targets, you can get live access to our member center on the link beneath this video. Now I'm just doing some updates for the member center, so we're going to use the charts from there. And just before we go and look at Forex pairs, I want to take a quick look at the S&P 500 index. Right, let's go and look at the charts. Right, S&P 500 stock index. Now just very quickly, you can see this level here, when we break out above previous resistance, is just new multi-year highs getting hit. Very little in the way of retracement. Then we come up and we stall. And on Friday, we get a reasonable red to the downside. Now, if we crack this double trend line support, we could see follow through selling. Why? Well, it's a low volume rally and they tend to break hard, as I put in my notes. And stock market is overbought anyway, by any metric. And that Chinese virus, it doesn't look like it's getting better. If we break down, watch for the volatility to increase in the Forex markets in favour, really, of the safe haven currencies like the USD and the JPY. So well worth watching next week. Now, before we go to the Forex pairs, I just want to look at a commodity, because this will have an impact next week. And here it is. It's crude oil. Now, crude oil has had a big fall. It won't just impact on petrocurrencies, let's say like the Canadian dollar and the Norwegian krona. If it continues to fall, it will impact on commodity currencies generally, because if crude goes down heavily, other commodities tend to follow. And also, it'll impact upon risk sentiment. That's just historical. This is a really big fall. This reversal after the US-Iranian tensions eased. Big fall percentage-wise, but a lot further to go on the downside. I put the support at 45 on my chart, but I think we could go down as low as 30 or even below 30 longer term. World is awash with crude oil, global growth and global trade slowing up. So again, worth watching next week. So let's go to our first currency chart, which is going to be the euro. Now, I did cover this in a video on Thursday, but just in case anyone watching didn't see it, I'm just going to update the price action. Now, done a few videos on the euro recently, just saying limited upside and potentially a lot of downside. Now, we did get above 112. We have worked our way lower to 110.23 at the close on Friday. It's only just under 160 pips from our entry, or that's all we've got. But in the spare, historical low volatility, it's not a bad profit. Now, in terms of, are we going to see accelerated selling to the downside? I personally think we will. We had the ECB on Thursday, that's that red candle there, and a bit of follow through on Friday. The ECB did nothing to inspire confidence that they can sort out the coming recession in the Eurozone. It's nearly in recession. They said, well, we're going to review our strategy. That's going to take a year. In the meantime, we'll keep the existing strategy in place, which is basically negative rates and stimulus, which is bearish for any currency. And it's not going to help, kickstart growth in Eurozone. It failed before, it will fail again. The ECB, I said it in my last video, they're clueless. I think we could well see volatility pick up to the downside and rallies back to 111. You might get above, but not much. Just the upside is limited, a lot of downside. Also on Euro shorts, you've got very attractive carry interest you can pick up just for holding the trade. Now we do have the Fed on Wednesday. What do we expect from the Fed? Well, I personally think the Fed are going to do the same as they did before. Just say they're cautious and basically they'll wait and see how things develop. So basically keep interest rates where they are and just say they'll monitor the situation. I don't see that being bearish for the dollar with all the problems in the world. It's not just the Chinese virus. You've got slowing global trade, slowing global growth. Dollar for us push the euro lower, and just be alert for an uptick in volatility. Okay, now in terms of the euro going down, we've got our eye very much on the euro proxies or euro correlated currencies, because the USD, if the euro goes down hard on the USD, the proxies will go down harder. And some really great trades in the proxy currencies, which we'll come to a little later. Right, let's move to the next pair. British pound. Bank of England on Thursday. Now, we've been bullish of the pound since the 120 level, done really well out of it. It did have that retracement after the election result. Briefly below 130, back above it, back to test. And now we're just kind of not doing too much at all. We're just a few pips above our entry. But I think the Bank of England, a lot of people in the market say they're going to cut rates. I personally think they're going to hold. The data on Friday was really good. The PMIs. Also, we had business confidence. That was nicely up. Unemployment, we saw better than expected numbers. Data doesn't warrant a rate cut, okay? I think if you want to come in fresh, just key off, just come through this level of resistance here, or key off the 130 level. Obviously, we'll look at this one a little bit more closely on the day of the meeting and before the meeting. But longer term, pound is going up, and we think it will retrace the whole Brexit decline. You see my target's 140, 145. That's longer term, of course, but I think the pound is going up. Pound, like pound USD, but I think the pound in the crosses looks really attractive. We'll come to some crosses in a moment, but let's go on to our next major. AUD. Again, this has been a little bit boring. A bit like Euro USD, not too much volatility. Nice move up here on optimism about US-China trade deal. Got briefly through the 70 level, couldn't follow through. 69.80 in, nice fall. Then we come back to test this 20-day moving average, and we always want to see that break if we're bearish. Poke at it, 6 pokes, can't get through, down. That level should hold rallies, the 69 level and the 20-day moving average. Now, in terms of Australia, big problems. China slowing up. It's also a commodity currency. Commodity currencies, in our view, commodities are going to fall in price. Poor domestic data. We could get risk off. We've got, I think, CPI data coming out of Australia next week. I think that might be poor. And the RBA will have to cut rates again. This one, a bit like the euro, limited upside, a lot of downside. Chart lows, then down to 63. Now, in terms of the next pair, Japanese yen. This is now, in our view, confirming a turn across the board, and it's going to have a really good bull run. Now, in terms of the chart on its own, maybe it doesn't look that exciting. Yeah, kind of a grind higher, and now just come off a little bit. But that is monthly resistance. It's held. We come back below the 110 level. We're through the 20-day moving average. If we can get through the 109 level, I would expect a big move to the downside to chart lows. My longer term target is 100. And then if we get risk off, could go to 90, maybe even 80. The yen has got everything going for it now, in our view. It's oversold anyway. Okay. We had the Bank of Japan on Monday, which I took as really bullish for the yen in terms of they're leaving stimulus and negative rates in place. We all expected that, but they're really reluctant to add the stimulus or cut rates more negative. They've made this clear. So the bad news on monetary policy is in for the yen. You've also got a big fiscal stimulus package in the economy, which is going to boost global growth, Japanese growth, boost GDP. That's positive. Bank of Japan wanted that; they've got it, and then you've got the potential for risk off as well. So, for me, I don't see much downside in the yen. Rallies back to resistance will be selling opportunities through 109. We should go to the downside. So worth keeping an eye on the yen next week. And I'm just going to go over the COT net traders positions because they're interesting. Now, for regular viewers, they'll know what this report is. If you're new to our videos, it's our favorite sentiment report. Gives you real actual money positions of big players in the market. So commercials, hedgers, they're the smart money. Large speculators are the green line, commercials the red line. We want to see the commercials diverge away from speculators in terms of their view, and that will then support our view of the yen, or does support our view of the yen. Now, it's always the foreign currency first on the COT. So we're looking at JPY, USD. We're obviously trading USD, JPY, but we can see the commercials are going nicely long of the yen there. They're stepping up their positions and the yen is rising, dollar's going down, speculators are selling the yen. And when you get the two groups go against each other, very often gives you good signals. You can see over here, a particularly good one. Commercials buy right into that low, speculators sell against them. They push it off to the upside. Then look what the commercials do. They'll go short into these highs. Speculators go long at the top. Then we fall down. Then the commercials come in and buy, and they're defending that level. Okay, I think they will continue to buy. Speculators will continue to sell. Odds favour the commercials being right in our view. So let's just go back to the charts. We'll look at some yen crosses in a moment. Really good risk reward trades there, but let's finish off with the last of this batch of majors, which is USD CAD. And we did a video, well, done a few videos on the CAD. We think the CAD is going down, USD going up. And down here we hit weekly support bounced. Then we came through this 20-day moving average, after a little bit of a battle trying to get above it on that nice big blue on the Bank of Canada. I was saying in our video previewing the Bank of Canada, we thought they would be dovish. The market expected them to be hawkish. They were dovish. Move up in USD CAD. I thought we'd get a bigger move actually, but we kind of stabilized above this 131 level. And I think that's good support. And I think next week we could push up to chart highs, then on to 140. Obviously, a commodity currency. Good news has peaked for it in terms of, the Bank of Canada are going to be cutting rates. I'd just say crude oil is looking soft. General outlook for the global economy not good. USD could go up to 140. Okay, and also look at the COT net traders positions. If we look at the COT net traders positions, again, it's the foreign currency first, Canadian dollar. But look at the speculators, building up their buying, okay, as commercials sell the Canadian dollar. And the Canadian dollar, of course, is coming down. And again, nice divergence, just like here. Into that peak there, came down, had them nicely long over here, went up. They went short into the highs, the commercials comes down. So good backup to our view that the CAD is coming down. Now, in terms of across this one, Euro JPY, featured it in my Euro video. This one's turned. Long way to go to the downside. We're obviously bullish of the yen, and yeah, we're pretty bearish of Eurozone and the euro. So it's a nice cross. And what you get is you come up here, you find support, you go for 123. 123 is big monthly resistance. You can't get through the level, so we can just come off the level at 122.80. And she snaps the 20-day moving average. She's at 120.42, so 240 odd pips profit. But I think much more to come. If we can take out this support level at 120, down to 116, then down to 110, any rallies back towards the 122 level, I think are selling opportunities. So this one I think is getting ready. It's confirming a turn. I mean, so getting ready for a big move. Right, let's look at some more crosses and USD pairs. Right, GBP AUD. Now, in terms of videos, we've done a lot of videos over the last few months trading the GBP long against the commodity currencies, and we like all three. I'll look at the other two later, but GBP has just got a long way to go up, and it's already had a pretty impressive rise. There, okay, you get the retracement, again another nice move up there, now another nice move. We're going up to 205 in our view. And you know, in terms of this one, about 220 pips profit at the moment. We did come off the highs and we're just sort of sitting on the support. This is really, really firm support. If you wanted to buy it, I'd just buy it through the open. Okay, so just blue, we get through the open next week, going up. You know, just really bullish of the GBP, really bearish of the Aussie. It's a nice fast moving cross. It's done very well for us, as the other two commodity currencies have. Like I said, I can't decide which is the best. I've split my risk between all three. Well worth watching next week, and obviously Bank of England coming up. Now let's look at a pair. I featured this in a video when we first did the trade setup, and it's a trade setup we just love. You've got an accelerated move up here above the 114 level. This was all to do with speculators buying the Swiss franc because basically US accused the Swiss National Bank of being a currency manipulator. We thought that they wouldn't take any notice. They are a currency manipulator. They said they weren't. They said it made no difference to their policy. So nice move up. Yen just oversold everywhere. Nice tight entry, 113.80 down, sliced the 20, finished at the low on Friday. We're going all the way down to chart lows. Any bounce here is a selling opportunity in our view. I'm not even sure we're going to bounce. I think very bearish chart action on Friday going down. So another nice yen pair. This is a pair actually that hasn't done what I thought it might do, which is break lower. She did come down quite okay, so to speak, low volatility. This is the holding support. Yeah, not much in this pair at all so far in profit, but I'm hoping this level gives way. If we do, look for an accelerated move to the downside. It's a bit like AUD USD in terms of NZD is a similar backdrop. Any rallies back up to their selling opportunities. So this one, yeah, hasn't come off yet, but I think it could next week. We shall see. Now, the last pair I want to look at is a Euro proxy. And yeah, in terms of Euro proxies, they're good to trade. You don't get the noise you get in the Euro. If the Euro is going down on the USD, the proxies are normally going down quicker. Now this one, I did a full video on it, had a nice correction. Yeah, speculators just heavily long the USD up here. It's the biggest correction in a few years. If you look at the longer term chart, the USD trend is up. Okay, the big trend. We base out into weekly and monthly support. Get above the 20-day moving average 940 level to get us our entry. Now, just working her way higher. If we open up blue next week, we're going up to chart highs. Still a really good risk reward trade if you're coming in with fresh positions. If we break 960, then I'd bring the stop up behind this first level support, okay? But I want to see a break of 960 first. So she's buying a breakout, or she's a buyback to support, key off support on strength. So yeah, really like the look of those pairs, and there's quite a lot of pairs this week I like the look of. Let's look at a few more, and it's going to be another Euro proxy, which is USD NOK. And again, we did this a bit similar to USD SEK. I did a video at the time. We were looking for our entry. We had that poke down there through weekly support, and we rebounded above the previous tail. Okay, just thought it was a buy. So nice tight entry on that candle. Again through the 20-day moving average, up, and we're still going up. Crude oil, big influence in this pair. And I think, that can help the USD get all the way back to chart highs. If I was coming in fresh, I still think it looks okay as a fresh position through that high there. Just stop back well clear of that candle tail. Just think that the volatility low in those three candles, just going to pick up and will shoot to the highs. So nice looking pair. Now, in terms of what's going on in China, this is USD CNH. And USD sold off really hard on optimism about the US-China trade deal. It disappointed. We came back through the key 690 level. We're now poised above the 20-day moving average. Get through that candle tail high there. Could easily get back to 720. So fast moving, and that's a lesser looked at pair. A lot of the pairs we're looking at are lesser looked at. They're probably on your trading platform. Don't worry about if other speculators aren't looking at them. That's good because you don't get so much noise. And also, you're interested in the profit potential with the risk. So it looks a good one. Now, in terms, this pair here, actually, I'm going to pause on it, USD MXN. This one is getting ready for a big, big move. Why? Because since we fell down here, every week the COT net traders positions show a new record short position from speculators. Commercials are buying heavily, and big red blew up. Red to try and get down, blew up, can't get through the 20. Blue poised below the 20-day moving average. Get through that tail high there, get a stop hit, and the speculative position is so big. You can see it move all the way back to chart highs. Now this move down here has been pretty gentle, but when you get a stop hit in this pair, and you had one over here, you get big movement. I'm looking for that to occur again. Just a small position in this one could yield really decent profit potential. Well, you can see we're already long, but I think if I was coming in long, maybe wait for a little bit more strength, but play it whichever way you think is best if you like the look of this pair. Now, in terms of another Euro proxy, this one is just getting ready. We came down here. This tested 2250, which was monthly support. Work our way up, take out the 20-day moving average, poised on Friday at the high. We open up blue all the way up here, and I think we're going up as far as I think it's 2460. It's well off the top of my computer screen longer term. In terms of krona, Czechoslovakia, heavily influenced by what goes on in Eurozone. 70% of output goes to export. It's very influenced by global trade, global growth. It's a real risk currency, okay? A lot of potential in this one. I think this one is just getting ready, so worth keeping an eye on next week. Also like its sister currency, the Polish zloty, which I'll come to in a moment. I think both pairs look good. You just do a split trade between them if you like the look of them, of course. Now, in terms of where are we going next? We are going to go to AUD JPY because this one's getting ready to go. I think the yen is confirming a turn. Push up here above the resistance level, above the round number at 76. We come back down try and get to the highs again. Can't. Down. Not too high volatility yet, but any red next week. Certainly if we get through this candle low, look for accelerated selling to the downside. Any rally back to 76 is a selling opportunity. I really like the look of this pair. Yen on all three commodity currencies looks good. Okay, again, I'm going to split my risk between all three. I can't decide which is going to do the best. They all look good to me. And the next one that's good is CAD JPY. Came up. Well, I've been sitting on this pair for a while, actually. Just missed my stop. And now she's tumbled back. And I'm not too far away from entry. So just 30 pips. I want to see the round number give way here. I haven't drawn a level in, but 83, that candle tail, that gives way, will be off to the downside. So certainly one to look out for next week. Another GBP pair, GBPNZD. Nice move up, down to support. Okay, just back through this level here. And going up to chart highs. I think this actually was a really attractive risk to reward trade for fresh trades coming in. Kiwi going down. Right, let's just look at a few pairs to finish off with. And we are going to go here. And hopefully here we go. This pair, I can't remember what it is now. It's USD Russian ruble. Okay, now Russian ruble. Massive speculative net short position in this pair as well. And the USD is pushing up. I think Russia is a big oil exporter. And this pair is also very influenced by risk on, risk off. If crude melts down next week or stocks, we'll go through there. And basically, the big speculative net short position should get hit. You need just like a small trade in a pair like this. It's pretty volatile, but it looks really good on a breakout for fresh positions. Okay, GBP CAD last of the GBP against the commodity currencies. Nice surge up on the Bank of Canada, which we really loaded up on. Taken some of our trade off. We've done that in all British pound pairs. We've cut them back, really waiting for the Bank of England, but back to this support level. Bottom of that candle, 20-day moving averages there. Could add in again, hopefully at a better price, or just take the breakout going all the way to 190. Long way to the upside in our view. Retrace the whole Brexit decline. So all £3 pairs in our view against commodity currencies look good. Now, in terms of what have we got next? Let's go to USD PLN. Did this in a video the other week as well with the euro. She'd broken up through the 20-day moving average. We thought that would hold. She based out down here into monthly support. Above the 20, push up. This level here has been broken. That now, I think, is going to be heading all the way up to chart highs. And then look at that level there, weekly resistance at 420. Both this one and the Czech krona look good. Similar setups, can't decide which is going to do the best, so we'll do both. Right, one more pair to look at, and we are going to look at NZD JPY. And this one is very vulnerable. NZD, big move up, slump back, find support, this candle, nice reversal, trying to get up to these highs here, can't do it, fall back. We're sitting above a round number, 72. Not fussed about that candle tail now. I just think if we come through 71.80, we'll be going to the downside. We're in already, minor profit. We will add. We're looking to add in terms of all commodity currencies against the yen on the breakout levels that I've just outlined. So yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of good trade setups this week. In terms of the week ahead, that Chinese virus, I've got a feeling it is going to get worse. And you've got stocks very vulnerable. You've got crude oil pretty weak. Central bank meetings in the equation. hopefully plenty of activity in the week ahead. All right, that is the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care and have a good day.